Hello, hello, hello. This is the news. I've been playing around with OBS and I forgot to put all the settings back. It crashed a few times. I panicked. You know, but I'm here now. And I haven't been on the Daily Mail website today. Ignore that bit where I was talking and there was no sound. Ignore that bit. The microphones were pointing in the wrong direction now. Anyway, we're on the Daily Mail website now. Phew, thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. Everything is just tickety-boo now. Tickety-boo. Oh, yeah. I didn't do coffee time yesterday because I was putting the Christmas tree up. We can do Christmas tree cam. Oh, if I can just do that. That's there's the Christmas tree. Look, there you go. Christmas tree cam. Fantastic. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. That's clever, that. Top story. Poet Benjamin Zephaniah has died. Again, somebody I remember back in the day. He used to be on things like Channel 4 and that, doing his poetry. And more recently appeared in Peaky Blinders. I don't know what that is. But yeah, it's a sad story because he was diagnosed with a brain tumour. And it was all rather quick, you know. But yeah, he'd also, as well as being a professor, and of poetry, he also appeared in EastEnders, The Bill, and Peaky Blinders. And for those of you who don't know who Benjamin was, here he is. Again, one of the modern British poets of our time, and again, a great shame. Meanwhile, Dishy Rishi has been trying to sort out the immigration crisis, and I listened to. There was on the radio. I was doing more computer stuff. Not my computer this time. Somebody else's computer. I'm looking at Mrs. And apparently he's I don't know. They're doing something with Rwanda. Everyone's going to be going to Rwanda apparently, and I think it's the end of his government. I think we're seeing a Tory government in freefall. I think there may be an election coming. Again, from the sound of it, it sounded like they were going rogue with this thing. Again, it's a stupid idea. It costs so much money, and ideally they need to open up a legal channel for immigration, stop people coming over the channel, and then anyone else that comes in illegally, we send them back. It's as simple as that, and that should deal with part of the problem. Good news, everybody! The BBC licence fee's going up £10. Well, it's actually £10.50, from £159 to £169.50. I only watch Doctor Who, and even then I don't enjoy it. Oh dear, TV tax. It's not right, is it? Meanwhile, we have Britain's happiest and unhappiest towns. Are you in the unhappiest or happiest towns? This is a study by Rightmove, and we're going to go in reverse order. Reverse order. Let me just get this lined up. So, in at number 20, you got Stourbridge, St Albans, Anglesey, Woodbridge, Weymouth, Galashiels, Kendal, Clacton-on-Sea, Harrogate, Leon-Sea, Hexham, St Ives, Kensington, Chelsea, Hemel Hempstead, Skipton, Cirencester, Wokingham, Monmouth, Winchester, and Richmond upon Thames. Are you happy? Are you delighted? Where's the miserable places? That's what we need to see. Here we go, and this is the saddest places. Are you a sad sack? Are you a sack? Come on, Loughton. In at number 1. Should you have a look? Ashford, Middlesbrough, Dartford, Peterborough, Rochdale, Rochester, Basildon, Oldham, Newport, Brent, Banbury, Dudley, Luton, Barking and Dagenham, Newham, Croydon, Rotherham, Bradford, Slough and Hillingdon. There you go. Everyone's miserable there. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, is it? Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, animal news, but it's not good animal news. This is from this is a story coming out of Australia. Yeah, this is the story of an Australian girl. They've not identified her, right? But she is the 5th human victim of something called Newcastle disease, and this is since records began back in 1926. It's caused by avian paramyxovirus type 1. That's APMV-1. And whilst the little girl was suffering from leukemia, the medics can't figure out how she caught this illness because it's more commonly found in pigeons. Press the wrong button then. Sorry, I got excited. Pushed the wrong button. So yeah, they don't know, and it just don't know. And yeah, she died. But I think one theory they've got is she got infected by touching pigeon feces or fluids. The illness is uncommon in humans and typically only leads to conjunctivitis. And yeah, the toddler was admitted to the Prince of Wales Hospital in Randwick, New South Wales, after suffering cold-like symptoms, nausea, vomiting for 3 weeks. But she'd just completed a second cycle of chemo 6 weeks earlier because she was suffering from leukemia. Medics said she'd not recently travelled or come into contact with pets or sick family members, but her condition deteriorated, and an MRI scan found nothing. She was given antiviral drugs, antibiotics, anti-seizure medication, but her condition did not improve, and she died almost a month after being admitted. But yeah, it was her death was most likely caused by encephalitis following the APMV-1 infection. But it's a mystery. They can't figure out how it took hold, but perhaps her illness was a contributing factor. But a very sad story, that. Meanwhile, it's been revealed that Russia and our mate Vlad has embarked on a massive campaign of hacking and spying. Yeah, the FSB, the spies that like to say "da." I'm here all week for, well, till the end of the week. Wasn't really all week, so I missed one yesterday. Anyway, hackers linked to the FSB targeted hundreds of MPs, civil servants and academics in a 8-year hacking campaign. And they snooped on private emails and conversations as they tried to interfere with British politics. They don't need to interfere. We're fucking it up on our own. We don't need any interference from the Ruskies. But yeah, they were everywhere. But yeah, the Foreign Office took an unusual move of naming and shaming those behind the hacking campaign, which has been ongoing since 2015. Ruslan Alexandrovich Peretyakov, who is a Russian FSB intelligence officer, and Andrei Stanislavovich Koronets, a Russian bodybuilder and IT expert, are now facing sanctions. And they're said to be the key players in Centre 18, a unit within the FSB, which is said to be responsible for cyber spying. Oh. And they've got a group called Star Blizzard. God, I want to join that. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? But yeah, they infiltrated a personal email account belonging to Liam Fox. He was the former trade minister, and trying to access classified documents. Foreign Secretary Dave, don't let me near the pigs, Cameron, said Russia's attempt to interfere in UK politics are completely unacceptable and seek to threaten our democratic process. Leave us alone, Russia. We're happily fucking it up ourselves. There we go. But he said despite their efforts, they've failed. And here's a picture of Cameron. He's saying, "Sniff my hand, it smells of bacon." Meanwhile, toilet news, and this is something that our children, well, Herb doesn't, because he can say he's got his special pass because he's Herb, but up and down the country, kids are being denied access to the toilet. It happens at our school, where our kids go. Our daughter has to basically, beg. And again, it's difficult, for girls. Certain times of the month, they need access to the toilet for sanitary reasons. But this is going on up and down the country. And I say this to the missus. I don't know, missus, but this is Camborne Science and International Academy in Camborne, Cornwall. Parents are pissed off with them, and it's just an ongoing issue. This secondary school has now announced a new rule that pupils have to explain to teachers why they need to use a toilet if they ask to go during lesson time. Well, it's obvious. Need to go to the toilet to spank the monkey. Oh dear. Again, teenage kids can have lots of fun with that. Going to see a man about a dog. Nobody says that anymore. Do you remember that in the old days? You used to excuse yourself for saying, "Got to see a man about a dog." Yeah, got to go and shake hands with a wife's best friend. Anyway, my parents said the school had gone too far after being sent a letter on Monday, December the 4th, explaining the new guidelines. The school said that teachers have been facing increasing numbers of students starting to use the toilets in the middle of the lesson, every lesson, and states that the rule offers support in developing good habits for life. They reckon toilet breaks will disrupt their learning. God, you need a lot. I tell you need a lot of toilet breaks, wouldn't you? And any student that does go to the toilet during lesson time will now need to attend mandatory meeting during the next break to explain the reasons for doing so. Needed a shit. Just like, you do know what shit is to teach, don't you? Do you want me to do? I could have done it on your desk. Would that have explained it better for you? This is not the first time parents have clashed with the school. In September, police were called at a protest over the harsh rules that stopped some children drinking during the day to avoid using the restroom. And here is that protest again. If you have children, I don't imagine many of you viewers do, because you're all probably in your basement, single, never felt the warmth of human contact. But the schools go on about keeping hydrated. You must bring your own water bottle in. They encourage the kids to drink and then say, you can't have a piss. Now again, in my vintage, we never took water bottles to school. There was the fountain in the playground, which, unless it was 30 degrees, you never went there, because it's like going to catch cholera or something. And so we never pissed. I don't remember. Oh, and of course, in my secondary school, the boys' toilets are outside, and also they're outside at the primary school too. So you didn't want to hang around. They smell. You just, you're in and you're out. You needed. And the ones at my secondary school, freezing. I remember they used to freeze. It was rough. It was rough. It was rough back then. So we never used to. I don't remember pissing at school. But yeah, and here they are. I think these are the kids. Look, the kids are protesting. Look at them. All we are saying is give piss a chance. Wow, I've just seen the Animal Story, and I tell you, it's a whopper. Meanwhile, we're going from one school to another. I'm getting a lot of schools news in this today. A lot of school news for you. This is Mepham Community Academy in Kent, right? And they have pupils that range from 4 to 11, and they've caused outrage. You know why? Because they're planning to introduce transgender education into the curriculum. I must admit, I would probably be the same. Parents have threatened to take their children out of classes after the primary school have made this announcement. Children in years 1 and 2 will be taught how to combat negative gender stereotypes. How old are they? What's it, 6? Well, those in years 5 and 6 will learn about issues relating to transgenderism and gender identity, and look at understanding, identifying, and define different sexual orientations. Excuse me, it's simple. There's straight, there's bi, and there's gay. That's easy. It's not difficult. But this should be secondary school stuff. Seriously, secondary school, not at the primary schools. Jesus, it's just not on. All this stuff is just bonkers. You're just going to end up with a load of confused kids, especially when you hit them young with this. And yeah, this is Mipham Community Academy in... it's... Sorry. It's just... No, it's not. It's not doing anything. You gotta love Safari when it just says, no, I'm not doing it. Are you non-binary? Well, don't leave a comment in the comments box, right? Just kind of get a life. Look, you're not special. You never will be special. So don't identifying as something that doesn't exist. It just makes you stupid. Remember, there's only man and woman, and gay, straight, and bi. That's it. That's all there is. That's all there is. Oh, and transvestites. But that's not a gender. That's a kink. Meanwhile, Boris Johnson's been at the COVID inquiry, and he's been particularly fluffy head. You've got to admire him. He looks like a golden retriever that's been out on a windy day, doesn't he? Look at him, the fine figure of a man. Best Prime Minister we've had. I've got to say that because I predicted the Trump-Johnson future way back in like 2015. So I've got to say it. I've got to say it. Look, we get the politicians we deserve, and we deserved him, and we deserve Trump, and we deserve whatever we get, because we need to kick them all out because they're all shit. People's Parliament. But yeah, he's been denying the claims that he made. He made. What did he say? He said, "Let the bodies pile high, let the old die, and let the COVID virus rip through society." Well, again, yeah, like you said, a lot of these people, they had a good run, didn't they? They had a good run. Problem is, we live in very soft and fluffy times, right? And don't make me defend any fucking government, but the government isn't responsible for your life. You are. You are ultimately responsible for how you live and die. Now, again, with elderly people in the old folks' homes, yeah, they did a bad one. We know they did a bad one, and the NHS did a bad one by letting sick people go to the old folks' home. There should have been a ring of steel around the vulnerable. And there should have been food parcels sent out to elderly people and those who are immunosuppressed. That should have been that's what I would have done. But a lot of people expect the government to save them. And the government can't save you. That's up to you. Yeah? You can't think that they care. They don't have the money to save you. They don't have the impetus to save you. Back when there was the was it 1920s when we had the first big flu outbreak. You know what the government recommended? Use a handkerchief and gargle with salt water, and we'll see you on the other side. And that was it. And people just got on with their lives. There was no NHS then. But now, people kind of expect the government to save them. They're not going to save you. They can't save you. And it's up to you to take personal responsibility. And yeah, it's sad. It's terrible that people died, because as soon as China announced that thing, the whole world should have locked down. The whole world should have done. There should be a unilateral virus response council, because we've been talking about this for years. I know, 30 years, 40 years about this. And the WHO, not that WHO, the horrible WHO, you know, they're useless. They let China get away with it, right? And I'm not condoning what Johnson and his cronies did. Again, a lot of that was pulled in by the civil servants and the medical advisors. They were running around like headless chickens. But it was a virus that had like was it 4 to 6% kill rate? Negligible. But they was acting like it was going to be the end of the world, right? And that's where we're at. But get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Be sensible. And all we're doing is spending money for old rope. Again, every time we have one of these, you know, public inquiries paid for by us, you know what happens? Fuck all happens. That's what happens. Fuck all. Good news, everybody. Now, every year, there's always, they say, oh, there's going to be a shortage at Christmas, shortage of turkeys. Remember? Shortage of this, shortage of that. I'm surprised they've never done shortage of mince pie. No, did we do shortage of mince pies? Shortage of Christmas pudding. Well, now, Christmas supplies into UK are threatened because the Panama Canal, right, has suffered its worst drought ever. And I reckon that cargo ships could be stranded there. And there's a backlog. And this could mean that all your Christmas shit won't be arriving. Well, don't worry, because Father Christmas, he'll deliver it. Yeah, this is the Panama Canal. That picture was taken on the 3rd of November. And as you can see, the low water margins we have there is not looking good. And from the satellite, we can see all the ships. Look at that, queuing to go through. So no Christmas presents for you this year. Oh no. Meanwhile, another reason not to pay your TV license. Here we go. And yes, that was Maria Moshiri flipping the bird. Yes, giving a finger on the BBC News. Yeah, she apologised and said it was just a joke. It's not very good though, is it? Not very professional. Not very professional, that. What else have we got? Google is launching its own AI bot called Gemini. They reckon it already outperforms ChatGPT. Wow. Gemini has been built to power Google's chatbot Bard. I think I've used Bard. I got an email saying use it, and it was like it's like an AI thing. And I used it. Yeah, it spouts out generic copy at you, and but yeah, they reckon Gemini outperforms ChatGPT 4, which powers ChatGPT, in the majority of cognitive tests. And here's the logo. I've got to stop pressing the wrong buttons. I think it's because my hands are cold. It's a bit chilly, a bit parky in here today. So yeah, it can do everything. And here's an example. No, it's the end of us, isn't it? Didn't anyone watch Terminator? Skynet? Didn't everyone pay attention to that? Meanwhile, the Met Office is warning us that we've got a yellow rain. Don't drink the yellow rain. And today is Soggy Thursday, apparently. It feels bleak and cold. I know that. I'd have the heating on, but you've seen the price of gas. But yeah, we're gonna be inundated with heavy rain across the UK. Look at that. Yellow rain everywhere. And that's how you get yellow snow. Yellow rain. You knew that. You knew that. Meanwhile, we're going to Viva Las Vegas. Going to Nevada, right? There was a shooting spree, right? And they've announced who it was. Anthony Polito, who's 67. This fella here, right, went on a shooting spree. I think, okay. He's a 67-year-old. And he shot dead 3 workers at the University of Nevada in Las Vegas, right? And he died in a confrontation with the police after he opened fire on the 4th floor of the Lee Business School. The police are looking for motives of why this happened. We've got some pictures of students being evacuated by the police because, again, this is a thing in America. They're looking into why he would have done such a thing. And they're working on the theory that he went on a shooting spree because he'd been rejected for a job there. Yeah. And then I discovered that he'd written a 15-page Zodiac Killer theory on a website that listed powerful organisations bent on global domination. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, so yeah, he's a business professor. Anthony Polito was a business professor who they reckon was denied a job at the university and then went gaga, killing 3. America, wonderful place. Meanwhile, it's good news for people who work for Games Workshop. Games Workshop are the people that did Warhammer. Me and Mrs. We remember Warhammer, didn't we? We used to like enjoy painting all the models, didn't we? Turn of the 90s. It was our little hobby we used to have. Well, anyway, if you work for the Games Workshop, you're going to be getting a £2,500 cash bonus for Christmas, and this is part of the group's profit share scheme. The company said that trading has been in line with expectations and they're on track to post a solid half-year profit growth. This is despite shares falling sharply, down 11% on Thursday morning, after risen over 30% in the last year, so it's kind of equalising. Operating profit is forecast at not less than 82 million for the 6 months to 26 November, up from 70 million a year ago. That's not bad, is it? Because it's all like Warhammer. It's like a British version of Dungeons and Dragons. They do loads of stuff. I think they've got into software as well now. So, meanwhile, this is interesting. And we have a picture of come on. We have a picture of Andy Burnham, the man with the Lego haircut. He looks like a Lego man to me. Mind you, he's softened it a bit now. He's softened it a bit now. He's riding the bus. They've let him out. Let's see. They let him out. You know, they've let him ride the bus for the day. Isn't that nice? Yeah, bus service across the UK. It looks like they're going to be brought back under public control, as Manchester, and he's the mayor of Manchester, is the first to take control of its bus system out of private hands. Wow. And the article describes it as decades of Wild West privatisation. And they're looking at plans that will allow local authorities to have power over setting bus routes and fares. Now, again, for us, some of our bus routes are controlled by LRT, that's London Regional Transport, which is controlled by Khan. But we don't get a vote on him. And that rankles me somewhat. But yeah, West Yorkshire is looking at eyeing the changes. There's a consultation going on there at the moment, which will end next month, and a decision will be made in March. But yeah, Greater Manchester was the first English region to take back ownership of its bus public transport services. And we've also had some rail franchises go under government control. So it's kind of renationalisation by the back door, isn't it? There's a Manchester bus for you. looking like a bee, because that's their symbol up there, isn't it? What else we've got? Again, I don't know if this really, if you really get this on camera, but this is, you see that flash then? Did you see that? We'll watch it go round again. There's a flash. Watch for the flash. There it goes there. You see that? Well, that's one of Mayor Khan's ULEZ cameras exploding. Yeah, it went up with a bang. This was in Sidcup in southeast London. They reckon that some Blade Runners, those are the vigilantes who cut down the ULEZ cameras, so caused the camera to explode, and it was caught on CCTV. And as you can see, it caused a bit of damage to this lorry, or van. Sorry, not lorry, van. That's pretty impressive. And here the windows were blown in by, so it's quite a big, that was in a 3-year-old's bedroom nearby, so it was quite a big bang, wasn't it? But yeah, they reckon that the Blade Runners, oh, I'm looking at some more damage. There's some more damage here. Glass has been blown out, damaged it, but they can't explain why it exploded. Did they blow it up, or yeah. Meanwhile, following on from that, John Wentworth appeared at Bromley Magistrates Court, right, yesterday, and he's been accused. Here he is. He's been accused of being one of the Blade Runners. He's a locksmith. And he pled not guilty to one count of causing criminal damage to a camera in Arbuthnot Lane back in November the 7th. And there is a ULEZ camera. But yeah, I reckon he was caught near a ULEZ camera that had been destroyed with a ladder and a pair of pliers. But he denies being a Blade Runner. He said that his mate needed a tooth pulling out and he's really tall and he had to stand on the ladder. I'm making that up. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. But yeah, I don't know if any Blade Runners have been successfully prosecuted yet. Meanwhile, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful when you're travelling, especially when you get tattoos in foreign climes. Caitlin Delfin, originally from Sweden, has travelled around the world. And they've visited 33 countries so far, and shared a picture of a tattoo they got in Morocco. There you go. Thing is apparently it says mayonnaise in Arabic, because somebody used the. Oh, let me just replay the video, because look, when I used the translator, look, mayonnaise, which is handy if you support BLM, bacon, lettuce, mayonnaise. Okay then, just me. Meanwhile, things that are wrapped up that make no sense. Bored Panda have collated this collection of pictures, and the Daily Mail has nicked it, and I'm sharing it with you because, what the hell. So yeah, things that are wrapped, weird packaging. I think that's probably the best way of putting it. So here we go. We've got individually plastic wrapped toothpicks. Okay. Bananas that have been peeled already in styrofoam and plastic. They come. I mean, look, they've even got them in there. So that's for the people who can't be bothered to unzip their own bananas. And yeah, this is a store in the US which was selling face masks. Who remembers face masks in styrofoam trays and plastic for $1? And Yeah, it's gummy bears that were individually wrapped in plastic inside a large bag. And yeah, one SIM card, all that packaging for one SIM card. Got to be careful, got to be careful. 20 iron nails, and they are individually wrapped in plastic bags and placed inside a box. These are Save Our Planet paper cups. We're individually wrapped in plastic for hotel guests. Of course, because we've got to save the planet. Will nobody think of the dolphins? This is in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Customers asked them their fish to be wrapped in paper because they love the oceans, but then sold a tin of lobster wrapped in plastic. 5 nail varnishes sent. They were ordered together, but they were sent individually in their separate boxes. This is anti-wrinkle cream Clinique in a big plastic container. Of course, that's probably for security though, isn't it? And this is 2 pens. Amazon. And there you go. 1/4 slices of pepper individually wrapped for people that just can't be bothered to do it themselves. Fantastic. Meanwhile, chocolate news. This is news from the Facebook group Snack Reviews. Oh God, that's 260,000 members, and they've discovered this. This they reckon is the ultimate mashup. I'm not too sure. It's Maltesers meets Galaxy in a layered chocolate dessert. Oh, I think I can feel my diabetes coming on. So there you go. That's for those of you who have a sweet tooth. That where is that being sold? It's in Iceland. But how much? I saw you coming. 10 quid, I reckon. But it is suitable for vegetarians. 10 quid, blimey. That's a lot of money, isn't it? What else have we got? Meanwhile, down in Cornwall, this is Cornish news. I know that Andrew, isn't he? He's down there. He's going to be in the dark, quite literally, because Cornwall is going to be switching off one half of its streetlights. That's 35,000 units within the next few months as part of cost-cutting exercise, leaving swathes of the country in darkness. You have to get one of those little hats with a light on, like you used to have down the tin mines in Cornwall. The news comes as it's revealed that Cornwall streets, the cost of lighting them at night is set to increase by over £1 million a year. And in a bid to save money and reduce emissions, 670 lights already been switched off from midnight to 5 AM. And around 35,000 of Cornwall's 56,000 lights will also be switched off during those hours once new measures have been implemented. We've had that around here for ages, and it's not good if your dog has an upset tummy and you go for a walk, because I've got a torch. I've got a torch. I take my torch with me, but everything is in pitch blackness, except our buildings. Our buildings are lit up because we're paying for it. Yeah, I get to pay. We get, don't we, missus? We get to pay for our buildings being up like a fucking beacon. People walking past, they're leeching off of our light. I'm paying for it. I should stand out there with a cup. Pay up. Pay up. So yeah, Cornwall Council said the message will be introduced along with an ongoing plan to upgrade more than 55,000 streetlights to LED fittings by 2025. That'll bring the cost down. That'll bring the cost down. Meanwhile, if you're going into Aldi, you better take your ID with you. Why is that? Because one Aldi shopper was gobsmacked when he tried to buy this. This is all butter almond mince tarts, but they have 4.5% brandy in them, and so they said you can't have them unless you've got ID. So yeah, but you better take your. I do look nice though. I do look nice. Oh, So yeah, you better have your ID at the ready. Meanwhile, do not hand your mobile phone to celebrities. For one fan, met up with actress Anya Taylor-Joy. She was in The Witch. I like her. She's good. And have they got pictures? Because it's all. This is at the launch of the Mad Max prequel, Furiosa, where she's taken over the Charlize Theron role. And a fan handed her his phone and played a clip. No, oh god, they never plays the clip from. If I go to continue watching on X, and I have to open it on X for it to work. You don't care about that. So here she is. Right, and somebody says, "Can you take a selfie for me?" And she does it, and then he said, "Can you do it again?" Because she messed it up. And then she does it again, and she's locked it again, and can you try it again, please? Because she's just not. She just couldn't get the hang of that phone. She just couldn't get the hang of it. She kept locking his phone for him, but there you go. It's all right. What else have we got? How about some parking space? Do you want to buy a parking space underneath Harrods? Well, for 100,000 pins, you can. You can. Here it is. Here is the parking space. 100 grand. There you go. It's only 4.5 meters wide. Yeah. You're probably thinking, that's no use. You're right, it is. Because the only person who can probably fit in that is Delboy Trotter. Oh yeah. You need one of those old three-wheelers to fit in that. Oh no, I haven't done the animal stories. Oh, I've got a couple of that. Oh, I'll do this. I'll just do the one animal story. A few, what a whopper. This is the story of Joshua Davenport. He's an 11-year-old fisherman, right? And he was on Spanish holiday, right? When he caught this monster. Oh my god, it looks unreal. Yeah, he caught a 152-pound catfish whilst on holiday in Spain. And it's a record breaker. And here it is there, look at that. Wow. And it dwarfs him. He's only 5'5", and the catfish is bigger than him. Oh, that was at the River Ebro, and there he is with his dad and his mum. Of course, very, very proud of him. And we'll stop it there because Mrs. said the lunch is ready. And how many people are going to 10 in? Oh, they're just not enjoying it. They're not loving it. They're not loving it. Runs in, he says hi. Simon says, BBC Radio is great. Between Radio 3, 4 and Extra. Don't bother with TV myself. Well, I don't listen to radio, so fuck you. And he says, I like my basement. Good. You can stay in it. Andrew says, hi, I'm in today, indeed. And he says, not forget to mention Denny Lane. Well, we did that. That's old news. Jesus Christ. Gareth says something. Andrew says animal stories. Dog cam. Well, dog ain't in here. So, and he says, oh no, lost my electricity the other day. I had to go to the pub. Well, that's all right. I can never think of a bad time in the pub. Nope, not a single bad time. And Simon says, Anya Taylor-Joy, oh, you're being creepy. That's not nice. Jess says, wait, 2 years for surgery yesterday, cancelled due to first big head. Hold it. Was it head cold? Sorry, there's an icon covering in 3 years rebooked, but timing, eh? Should have just gone in for it. Come on, man up, man. Man up. Head cold. Jesus Christ. You have a splinter in your bum next. Anyway, that's the end. I've managed to annoy everyone. Killing the channel one video at a time. Remember, I will make you hate me eventually. It's my intention to turn you into one of those raving loons eventually. And yeah, that was it. Killing the channel one video at a time. That was the news. And I'm out of here. All right then. All right. Oh, that's good. Is this something? How did it do that? Do it again. Do it again. Because there was a balloon the other day. This is a new feature in the Mac, and it does emojis or things. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Drink it up. Ta-da.